Oh yes, welcome to the Hot Toys game. The following figure is available for pre-order of your own free will. On one hand, you may choose to pre-order the figure and add to your collection. On the other hand, you may choose to not order the figure and watch your bank account grow. The choice is up to you. As you know, this Hot Toys game is of your own free will. Make your decision.
Brand new blogger photos of Seong GI-Hun have just dropped. That would be the main actor, the main protagonist of Squid Game. Now, this was a runaway hit for Netflix, but can it be a runaway hit for Hot Toys? I guess honestly, that would be up to you. So let's go ahead and take a look at these brand new blogger photos and see if maybe I could convince you to pick this one up. Well, maybe I shouldn't, because I feel like this is going to be one of those pieces that will set your collection apart from everybody else's. Let's take a look. I'm going to start with this photo because I do like the dramatic lighting in here. We have Seong GI-Hun in his iconic 456 outfit as he competes in the Squid Game. Now, of course, this is a simple figure. It basically consists of a knockoff Adidas jacket and an X or an O, depending on which way you roll in the Squid Game. And of course, the number 456. So I do have to say, to me, this looks exactly like Lee Jung-jae, the actor, also known from Star Wars. He played Soul. You guys know him for that role. You're all nerds here. You know who this guy is. So getting back to the figure, to me, it looks like a dead ringer, and we have that iconically good hair sculpt that's coming out from Hot Toys lately. It's just straight up dead on. We don't need the artisan. It would be nice if they had an artisan, but we don't need it. Take a look at the way that they did the hair. They always knock it out the park. This is no exception. Now, I've been taking a look online. You know, I'm going to check out YouTube myself. And of course, to my surprise, I found out that the sentiment of this figure is, well, is it that important? Is this a figure that you must have? I don't have to get every single figure that I'm a fan of the show. And to that I say, then you're not a real fan. To me, this is one of my favorite Netflix shows that ever came out. I watched every single season, enjoyed every single one. To me, this is a must-have. In a world where everybody has the same Hot Toys, we have Doomsday coming out for Marvel soon. Everybody's getting the same figure. I feel this is going to be the one piece that's going to set your collection apart. And I would encourage you to get it if you're a fan of the show. If not, the better for me, because I got this one on pre-order. I'm going to cop this one. In this next photo, I do see a flaw in the figure that was pointed out. Perhaps it's a flaw, maybe it's a little bit nitpicky. Somebody, I forget who it was, said that his neck was a little bit too tall, that he was giving off giraffe neck. And I do see it a little bit. I think that perhaps his shoulders are a little bit too low. Who knows? Maybe this blogger didn't seat the head sculpt all the way down the neck. Maybe he didn't press it down. Or maybe that's just the way it is. But to me, not a big problem. Everything else looks pretty good to me. Now, you already know that this figure is going to be ultra posable, and I think we're getting some examples here. In this running shot, you see his knee is up, his arms are kicking to the back, they're kicking to the front. It looks like he's running. Now, I do wish that this did come with a second head sculpt, because there are some scenes, especially in the last season, where GI-Hun is basically going crazy. The guy has just lost it. He's kind of turning to the dark side. And I think we should have got another head sculpt that had perhaps a grimacing face or perhaps some blood splatters, something to that effect, and maybe even a smaller weapon, maybe like a blade or something like that, because, you know, things were going down in last season. If you know, you know. It got a little bit crazy. All right, this is a pose I do like. This is going to be one I may have to steal from time to time. Here he is hiding his mouth like this because, you know, that big giant robot woman is calling out red light, green light. Super iconic scene. I'm here for it. Now, GI-Hun had to be the stand-up leader and let these people know how things were going, how they could be, how they should be. But of course, with greed and all that money in the piggy bank, they just didn't listen. Now, did they? Of course, they didn't, to our amusement and horror. So it does appear that this figure does have an actual functional zipper on his tracksuit. I do like that. That is a good touch. So you could go all the way up or you could do it halfway. That versatility is going to be nice for posing. This next shot, we do have him playing that stone game, which was a pretty cool game in the last season. So we do have two stones. And of course, we have the iconic Dakji or Jakji. I forget how to pronounce it. You know, I'm not Korean myself, if you haven't noticed. But this is the game that started it all. This is the one that gets you in. They hit you with the Dakji, you're in the Squid Game. Sorry, guy, you're here. Now we do have a shot of all the other little games that they had to play to their demise in some cases here, including that little hacky sack game. This was one of my favorite episodes where they had to play all the games around the little rainbow track. It was pretty crazy. It was a really cool scene. Here we go, another game shot with the multicolored stones, shall we call them. And of course, Thanos was there. Not the Thanos we're thinking about, not the one like back there, but the other Thanos. A little bit evil as well, but not the same Thanos. And I think I'm going to end it with this shot. Here he is with some of the workers' masks. This is the square one. As you know, we have the square, we have the circle, we have the triangle, and they have their different ranks, right? So also another thing that I thought was a little bit, I don't agree with, is that people are saying from Squid Game, they would much rather have some of the soldiers much more than Gi-Hun. And to that I say, what are you talking about? Gi-Hun is the main character. He's the heart of the show. How are you going to put the soldiers above Gi-Hun? Plus, the soldiers are bad. Like, the soldiers are not good guys. So why would you even go that route and want the soldiers above Gi-Hun? I don't know. If this figure is a hit, I could see them doing more characters, possibly. But I don't think it would be the soldier. I would think it would be the head guy with the black mask. I think that's the way that they would go next. I think that would be the next most popular character. I really do hope that this 1/6 scale from Hot Toys is a hit. But then I kind of don't, because I want my collection stand. I kind of got everything that everybody else has. It's kind of homogenous. We want to mix it up here. So if you guys don't get it, hey, that's on you. But if it is a hit, the head guy next. Overall, a banger of a figure that I'm going to be proud to add to my collection. But you got to let me know your thoughts below, because everybody was all crazy about Squid Game. But when it came time to put your money up, everybody said, hey, take me out to Squid Game. Thanks for watching. Peace.